outside trying to do live, and it kept breaking up. So, what's up, peeps? For those who don't know me, I am Matty Deep in the Black. You know, where we help people. In this case, we have my fellow veterans, as I am one myself, helping achieve emotional, financial, and physical well-being. And we'll talk to you about real quick on what I call, this is my own personal opinion, and any other veteran can relate to this. What I call the myth about veterans, and specifically when it comes to veterans who, once you transition from the military and go back into the civilian world, and as far as employment goes. Okay, now the only real, I guess you could say, an exception to this would be in the reserves, where I did my time in the Marine Corps Reserves. So in the reserves, you're in both the military world and the civilian world. So you have better understanding of what the job market is like, or I don't want to say understanding, but experience what it is versus the guys who are who are active duty, where it's different. They're kind of, I don't want to say more or less shielded from the effects of the economy, but whatever the government does, it affects them. So the thing about and what's true is that whether you do the reserves or you do active duty, the truth of the matter is this: before you join the military, regardless of what branch it is, okay, I don't care if you're Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, whatever, that you are told this. The biggest selling point that you're told is, oh, if you do this, put this on your resume, it makes you look it makes you look more better. Makes you more attractive in the eyes of employers because you have experience, you're disciplined, you have all these things that give you this edge over those over your peers. Okay, and that is true. Okay, but the way they sell it to you is that by putting down you're in the military or in the Marines or Army or whatever, that the chances of you getting the job are pretty much like 90% or higher. They're like, oh shit, you're a veteran? Let's talk to you first. Oh sure, we want you. What they fail to tell you is, what they fail to convey to you is that, and I've learned this other recently too, is that you have to learn how to translate your experience in the military into the particular type of job that you want. And that's not easy, especially since the military fails in telling you how to translate those skills. I went through this recently with my stepmom, trying to help me with my resume, and especially tough if you're trying to go from one MLS in the military to one field when they seem completely unrelated. Like, for example, my major in college was family science, so basically study of families. It's a study of families, takes on a lot of stuff from psychology, sociology, family law, a whole bunch of stuff. It's a smorgasbord of stuff. Basically, it's all about how the family life really has the biggest impact on you for the rest of your life and society in general. Okay. Keep it real simple. I was in supply. Now, if I'm going for jobs in my field where it's like psychology or it's, working with youth and stuff, I did supply, you can see the disconnect there. If you don't know how to translate what you've learned, it's all about taking, well, what aspects have I, from my military experience, can I use that'll help me, make me stand out to get this job, right? Here's a better example. I love this example, and this happens, true. For those of you guys who are grunts or 0311s, infantry in the Marine Corps, or grunts in other branches, your job is you're trained to kill people. Okay, so if you want a job where, for example, I don't know, let's say you want to be a teacher, what are you gonna do? I got you go to interview and they're like, so you want to be a teacher? You served in the Marine Corps? What'd you do? I was infantry. I have 25 confirmed kills and then and they're like, you want to work with kids? Like, as an example, but it happens. Like, I had my 8th grade history teacher. I was in the Marine Corps. I don't know if he's a grunt, but that motherfucker was badass. But he was a teacher. I don't know if he's a grunt or anything, but my point is, it's like, if no one tells you how to take what you learned from being a grunt to want to work with like children, you feel like you're fucked, basically. And the truth of the matter is, when really, if you break it down, you can say, well, okay, I had to lead a platoon, which means I had to be one person talking to them. I had to lead exercises, I had to teach classes, I had to be organized, I was in charge, which applies to being a teacher. Teacher, you have to be organized, you have to be in charge, you have to lead the class or teaching stuff, you have to lead them on and keep control, maintain certain morale with students. Same thing with your platoon and stuff. Like there's a bridge there. But if you don't know that, because no one tells you that shit, you're at a disadvantage. Okay, and you feel like you're at a disadvantage. The other thing too is that a lot of these jobs, you know, when I've applied to recently, it's like in my field, honestly, and I just realized this like the other day. I should have gone to grad school, because most jobs that I want that have like the benefits to pay like at least $45,000 a year or higher, they want a master's degree or some sort of like master's social license, something like this whole stuff where I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I don't want to go back to school anymore. I don't want to do any more essays. I don't want to take more agenda class. Like that's where I'm at. I know what I want to do, work for myself, be an entrepreneur, and do my own thing. I don't need to go to school and get more debt than I already am, most likely, and then have to do all this stuff just to have a degree, you know? And the thing about it is that who I give more credit to are the guys who've been deployed. I was never deployed, but the ones who were, you have more experience and life lessons learned than someone who has a degree. If they have a master's degree, that's good too, but you have more than that. Especially if you've been in the military for like years, man, like 10 years or more, and someone's got a master's degree, yeah, they may have studied and had experience, like, you know, working with people. But if you're deployed, bro, you have to learn, be on your shit, survive, be responsible people, talk to them, all these things that put you way ahead. But since there isn't anything that certifies you, unfortunately, that says, hey, I went through all this crap, here's my master's degree in, I don't know, the field of life and war and battle and, you know, emotional bullshit. Unfortunately, employers go, well, I don't like this. And that's what they're looking at. They want to know like how you help solve their issues. Unfortunately, in this planet, in the United States, in the military specifically, there isn't anything taught to you about that. And it's so bullshit and so dumb and so wrong. Like how can we let this happen to so many people? Because man, I was under that it's almost a lie. That lie that, okay, I'm a veteran, therefore, and people have told me, and my dad told me, Matt, you should put down your military experience first, blah blah blah, and they'll love you. Yeah, no, not so much. It really comes down to the field. Now, I will say that there are exceptions to this. Okay, now unless you're a high-ranking enlisted official, like we're talking like an E8 or higher, E8 or 9, you know, E8, E9, E7, I would say at the very least, or a high-ranking officer like an O3 or higher, you know what I mean? Like at least a colonel. You come out, you're set, you can get any job on the any of the planet, because at that point you're taken care of. Like you're legit. But for the vast majority of people who don't go that far because they hate it or they couldn't do it, or whatever the reason is, who don't go that far, most people don't, what are you gonna do? I mean, it's like, well, and then the other thing too is like, okay, I got as a corporal and I was a fire team leader. Like most places, like, what the fuck does that mean? Like shit like that. So the myth that you can, just because you're in the military means that, oh, your life's gonna be great. It's like you're gonna be the shit when you put on paper. Oh yeah, I was in the military. This. If they don't understand what it is you do or looking for, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. Like, the shit that we're taught in this country about jobs and wealth, it's such bullshit, which I'll do another video on. I'm going to do that. If everyone wants to do this, I'll do a video on, like, how veterans can, like, establish wealth and work for themselves and done it. Because there are things that I've learned, things I've started. Honestly, if you're a veteran, you're better off. And really, if you're a veteran, anyone in the United States, really, truth of the matter is, you're better off working for yourself, starting your own damn business, especially if you're a veteran. Because why? Because if you want to start your own business, this is another tangent, digress. I'm digressing. When you have your own business, you're starting your own business. You have to have some organization. You also have to be flexible as fuck. You have to be, like you say in the Marine Corps, Semper Gumby, always flexible. You have to be, because things change. Each day isn't the same. And with in the military, the military is very organized, but at the same time, it's very flexible because it knows shit can change like that, and then everything you plan just goes thrown out the window, and you got to do some other shit. So you come from that background in the military where you are flexible. Shit changes. You're used to that shit. You are used to things being unstable. You have to be. Period. End of story. So it matches you having a business. You understand the things, and plus, starting a business, man. Here's the thing: unlike in the military, we go to war. There's no real like books and mentors like on like, hey, how to survive war, unless you talk to someone who's been in it. But with starting a business, you can get mentorship and you can get resources that'll help you like become successful. You know, so you can do that. So that's my selling point: starting your own business. Which, if you want to know how, I can help you out with that. But anyways, point is, the myth that anyone thinks, oh, if I join the military, the prospects of me getting a job are like way higher. Not so much. Is it higher? Yeah. Is it going to be like skyrocketing high? No. The truth of the matter is, it doesn't guarantee you a job. It may, and it doesn't. I mean, I will say, does it help you look better? Yes. Okay. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not what you think. You gotta do more for yourself. And honestly, unfortunately, in this country, like I said in plenty of videos in the past, you find them. This country treats veterans, vast majority of veterans, like prostitutes. Will pay for your time, make you feel good and shit. But as soon as you're done, it's like, go fuck yourself. And any veteran that's watching this, unless you're some high-ranking official, will agree with me on that 100%. They're like, yeah, that's true. I got out, and I was like, what the fuck? It's like you're just left to your own. That's why you see veterans who are homeless, they go crazy on drugs, become alcoholics and shit, and why there's no help. The public loves us. It's our government that goes and fails. The government will fix us physically, but mentally, emotionally, he's screwed. Which, if you do that to someone, makes it so much harder for them to have success anywhere in life. And that's something I want to help. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, like it. If you feel someone get value from this, share it. And more importantly, let me know what your thoughts are. Comment below. Our newsletter, the link in the description. Fill that sucker out. Give me an email and we'll talk. And also, I do coaching sessions too. If you want a free session, hit me up. You can text me. Put in once it's done, upload. You can text me 240-418-2646. 240-418-2646. Later. Peace.